get in, man. Yeah. It's for my slide. What a fire shit. It's for my fire shit. Yeah. It's best that fire. Though I see you. From the dirty streets to the alleyways, my city breathes with the pace where danger never fades. Concrete jungle where dreams go to fucking die. But I ain't giving up, no, I'm aiming for the sky. In my city, where the strong survive, I'm gonna rise. Break these dreams and come alive. What? In my city, where the strong survive, I'm gonna rise. Break these chains and I come alive. Huh? The hustle and the struggle, that's all I know. Peace. Yo, what's good, Joe? It's your brother God Science up in here once again. Shout out, special salute to the few that do watch the video, subscribe. I appreciate y'all, true indeed. And let's do a quick review of the reissue of the OutKast classic Stankonia, 25 years. Damn, 25 years, man. Doesn't even feel that way, but 25-year anniversary, they released it along with like unreleased songs, stuff like that. Now, personally, Aquemini is my favorite. Now, this is a big debate. You know, we could be here debating that all day. It's basically just like the Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. Which one is the best? Me, for some reason, I'm gonna go at Midnight Marauders, but people are like, nah, you crazy. Low End Theory. It's the same thing with OutKast. Aquemini, to me, is like a perfect album. I mean, it got 5 mics, but Aquemini is special to me because at that time I was in work release. If y'all don't know what work release is, when you're in the streets being a knucklehead, and you get locked up. Sometimes you get to, if your charges is not, if you don't have a bad history or, Anyway, my lawyer had worked it where I got to get, basically they gave me a year, but half of the year I was able to serve at work release, was like a place, it was like a halfway house thing. You get to work, you get to save money, you pay your restitution if you have that. They had like a job center. They had some good programs there. They had programs like learning how to forklift. You had furloughs. You know what I mean? If you had good behavior, you get to go on the weekends home. You had a place to stay, though. Of course, that person can have felonies, things like that. But you get to stay there. So, I'll go by my mom's. My girl come visit me. But, and dudes will mess that up. I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but I couldn't believe, like, dudes would go on furloughs, get drunk, come back to the end, because they just surprise test you. Now, this is, and I used to work at Taco Bell at the time. So, walking back to the facility, I'll call and be like, yo, I'm walking back. Can I stop at KFC to get something? They'd be like, all right. You just got to let them know. And instead of being locked up, like that, it was 33rd, people from Orlando know what I'm talking about. That place ain't oh my God. I don't even want to remember that. But, being at work release was like it was a lot, I won't say fun because there's no place to be, but it was way better than being locked up in jail. And dudes would just mess it up. And I remember I was told that, yo, they give you so much freedom that you hang yourself. I remember that dude that I used to, talk to from Miami, he got a escape charge. He just left. But anyway, work release was, but you know what I'm saying? You got to smoke. You got, like Newports. Back then I used to smoke, and you had your CD player. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, that was 1998. A lot of albums dropped that year, and one of those albums was OutKast. I remember when it first dropped, I went to Sam Goody, picked it up, and I was just blown away by it. Like, yo, wow. And that album actually helped me get through work release. That's why I might have a little bias towards it, because, you know, it just helped me get through work release, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it was a perfect album. Like, there's no skipping on that album. Now, Stankonia, it's a dope album too. And I think a lot of people would say it's the best because it was so experimental. It was nothing like it. But Aquemini is when, you know, Big Boy and Dre is MCs, period. But I think on Aquemini, I mean, even Big Boy said it. I want to butcher his line, but he said, I'm going to the source to get that other mic because that something playalistic wasn't something right. But they went crazy. Like, this was the album where Organized Noise, to me, was like a peak. They found their sound. Dre, Andre, I mean, oh my God, go back and listen to that album. Big Boy, I mean, their lyrics just went to another whole level on that album. And it was like, I mean, I think one of the best posse cuts ever is If You're Scared, with Goody Mob and OutKast. Oh my God, man, I still play that album to this day. So Stankonia was a dope album to me, you know what I mean? Definitely. I would say they second best, but Aquemini is my favorite, man. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Music is subjective. Y'all might disagree with me, but Aquemini is it, baby. Just a dope album. Probably one of the greatest, and you know, I don't want to say the greatest South album, because I don't want to separate, you know, like people do, because it's all hip-hop. One of the greatest hip-hop albums ever made, period. I mean, just from beginning to end, man, it was just dope. I mean, Return of the Gangster. Oh my, the art, the storytelling. I mean, just hits after hits after hits, man. Just a dope album. And Stankonia was also, you know, my brother actually was on that album. He was just like, yo, Tori, you gotta hear this album. He was just killing that album. Maybe it's because my brother, he played it so much that I was like, oh my God. You know when somebody plays an album so much, like for example, Jay Dilla. Now, a lot of people I was never a big Jay Dilla fan. Like, he's not whack at all. He's one of the best producers in hip hop, period. What he did with the MPC 3000 is unmatched. But it was just something I just gravitated more to RZA. I gravitated more to, you know, Eric Sermon, Premier. I never really gravitated to JD like that, or Jay Dilla, even though he did some dope beat, you know what I'm saying? He's not far from whack, but I wasn't a big fan like how my brother was. I mean, that Fantastic Voyage by, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot their name. Y'all know who I'm talking about, out of Detroit. This dude used to play that album. Woo, I couldn't take it, man. And Jay Dilla has his bass lines, like, he has a certain bass line, and that shit used to just be like, oh my God, I can't take it. So a lot of people be like, oh, what, you crazy, man, Jay? And I get it, man. He is he's just dope. He's dope, but I was never a big Jay Dilla fan. And I think it's because of my brother also. He just played that Fantastic Voyage, Slum Village. Slum Village. He played it so much, I just got tired of hearing it. But there's some dope beats on there. Going back and listening to it, I'm like, all right, yeah, dude was dope, man. I just didn't gravitate towards him, you know what I mean? More. I gravitated more to like RZA and dudes like that inspired me. But anyway, OutKast, actually they did in honor of the album, they actually have a tour bus that they did that I saw, which is dope. And I just hope, man, you know, we still waiting for a new OutKast album. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen. I'm never gonna say never. I mean, Rico Wade is not here. Salute to the God Rico Wade, man. But you never know. You never know. Just like one song or something. And I know Andre's not in his mode, but I mean, there's so much, legends coming out with albums now, showing and proving that there are subject matters to talk about, and there are, there is a fan base for that. We hungry, man. You tell me if OutKast ain't drop a new album that it probably be the #1 streaming album across all platforms. Come on, man. But you can't force somebody. And as a producer, I get it. Sometimes it's hard for me to make music. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm going through things. Some people is a reverse. When they're going through a lot, they can make music. Where me, I gotta be inspired. I have to be in a certain zone. If I'm going through a lot, it's like it's gonna be forced. But sometimes you still gotta, even though some days I don't want to make music, the passion for it, I just go. And I notice, like, if I just put myself in the studio and just make something, I start coming up with things. But anyway, that Stankonia is out. 25th anniversary. If you have been under a rock somewhere and you have not heard that album, or you wasn't born when the album came out, go back and listen to it and listen to some real hip-hop, yo. Alright? It's your boy God Science, man. If you made it this far, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and leave your comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think Aquemini is better than Stankonia? I just think so, man, because it's just a perfect album. Whereas Stankonia, there was a couple of songs that I fast forward. Not saying it's a whack album, but you ain't beating Aquemini, man. That's just me. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Do a little Arm & Hammer review, man. Dope album. Right into it right now. I gotta listen to the album for a while before I do a review on it. But love talking this music thing. So y'all stay safe out there. Peace.